What is up, guys? Team Yugi Fails here with another deck profile, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a really cool competitive deck that almost no one is talking about. Well, they're talking about half of it, the other half they're not, but I wanted to present this because this deck is really cool. So this is Burning Abyss Orcust that we're going to be taking a look at. I played this last night at my local card shop. We did a box tournament, and 4 rounds of Swiss. There were 20 people, and I ended up going 3 wins and 1 draw in the 4 rounds of Swiss. First round I played against Salamangreat and got a draw. Then rounds 2 and 3 were both against Trickstar, which I won. And then the last round was against Sky Striker, which I also won. Then I lost in top 4 to Salamangreat. He just happened to draw the last option, an opportunity to get into Gazelle that he needed, and was able to attack me and beat me. It was unfortunate, but it happens. That's okay though. I got my six packs for making top 8 for OTS, and then I got my 2 packs on entry, seeing it was a larger entry-free tournament, and I ended up pulling a Ulti Hayate and Ulti Colossus. So I'll take that over the box of Dark Neostorm any day of the week, seeing I already have everything that I want from Dark Neostorm. But let's hop right into this. So for the BAs, I played 2 Skarm and 2 Farfa. These are the only BAs that I played multiples of. You really don't need more. It's pretty cool. And for the 1-ofs, 1 Barbar, 1 Seer, 1 Calcab, 1 Libic, 1 Alec, and 1 Graph. This was a really good ratio. I thought it was pretty solid. In top 8, if I had been able to have a second Barbar or got Barbar to go off, I would have ended up winning. That's okay though. It happens. Those were all the BAs though. Then I played some Dangers. I played 3 Snake and 3 Jackalope. This was really good. I actually didn't see them as much as I would have liked to, but when I did see them, they were very helpful. So definitely would play those. Then best card in the deck, 3 Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Card is insane. You open this with any other level 3 and you have a full combo. Well, it depends on the level 3. If you can open this and a monster that you can special summon, then you should have a full combo. 1 Tour Guide. This is really good. This is the same thing as Rhino Warrior, but better. It's a 1 card combo, which is pretty crazy. Then the Orcust cards. I played 2 Nightmare, 2 Harp Horror, and 1 Skeleton. These cards made this deck absolutely insane. And even if you drew one of them, you just discard it off of Mermaid or something else. Phantom Knights. I played 2 Boots and 1 Cloak. You could play 1 Boots, 1 Cloak, but I also wanted to have the option in case I did draw both that I could just make a Dante or make a Cherubini. It was pretty good. And then I main deck 3 Ash. No other hand traps. I didn't feel they were necessary. And to be honest, I don't even think the Ash was necessary. Looking at it, I probably would have rather played Called by the Grave than Ash. But those are all the monsters. I believe it's 31 monsters. Moving on to the spell cards, Triple Allure. This card was really good. Game 2 in top 8, I opened all 3 of these and was able to resolve all 3 of them, which is insane. 1 Orchestrated Return and 1 Babel. This card came in clutch against one of the Trickstar matchups. I was able to resolve 3 Orcust cards during his turn, which is crazy. And then 1 Foolish Burial, also a really strong card. Then the traps, 2 Fog Blade and 1 Crescendo. It worked out really well. I think I resolved this card 2 or 3 times, and every time I did, it was pretty powerful. Let's move on to the extra deck, though. That was the main deck. Should be 40 cards, if I remember correctly. The extra deck, I'm playing 2 Dante. 2 came up somewhat frequently. Usually I was able to just recycle the 1, but there were times where 2 was really good. 1 Beatrice. Card's really powerful. Just super crazy. And then the Dante to summon off of it, which is also really good. I also played 1 of the Dingirsu, which is the new Orcust. I hope this doesn't glare too much. Dingirsu, the Orcust of the Evening Star. This card's really strong. Playing this card down did so much for me every single time, and because it's brand new, everyone had to just look at it and read it because they had no clue what it did. But those are the non-link monsters. Then for the Nightmare package, 1 Mermaid, 1 Cerberus, 1 Phoenix, and 1 Unicorn. This was super crazy. Every single time I resolved Mermaid and someone didn't negate it, I was probably winning the game, which is really good. 1 Cherubini. I made this card once in top 8. That's how significant it was. I made just one of it in top 8. Didn't make it any other time during the course of the tournament. Out of 5 total rounds that I played, I made the card once. It's not there, like, for significance. It's there for utility in case you need it. It's still good, but you don't really have to play it. 1 Galatea. This card is absolutely nuts. I really like this card, and it put in a lot of work for me. 1 Rusty Bard each. This card's crazy too. Just get every single thing that you need and more, which is awesome. 1 Trisbania. Never really came up, but it serves its purpose because you can still do the soft lock with the deck too if you need to for Burning Abyss. Then 1 Borreload and 1 Boral Sword. I didn't make either of these once yesterday, not a single one. There wasn't a situation where they were useful, so I just opted to not make them, and it was perfectly fine. It didn't affect me at all. But we will take a look at the side deck now, because that was the extra deck. So side deck, 3 Pankratops. Don't think I summoned it once. Sided it in multiple games. I think almost every game, actually. Well, not every game, but a lot of them I sided this card in, and it just didn't do much. I never played it down, I don't think. I played it down once, and it didn't do anything, actually. 2 Sphere Mode, 2 of them golden balls coming down at you. Never sided this card in, never had a reason to. Serves its purpose for Thunder Dragon and Pendulum matchup, just didn't play against any of them, so it wasn't that useful. 3 Twin Twister for all those back row decks. This card came up a lot, seeing I played against Salamangreat and Trickstar and Sky Striker. This card was really good. 3 Evenlies. These came up in the Sky Striker matchup. Outside of that, I didn't side this card in. It wasn't bad, though. It wasn't bad. I just don't know if I would continue playing it from here on out. 2 Red Reboot for the trap decks. Didn't really play against any, though, for the most part. And playing it against Salamangreat, I didn't have a reason to drop it in there, so I didn't. Then 2 Typhoon. This is for like pendulums, Mystic Mind type stuff. You could pop a multi-roll if you wanted to as well, which is pretty good. But that is the deck profile of what I played. I'm going to show you guys the combo that you can do because it's really cool. So let me go ahead and just set it up, and then I will show you guys in just a second. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys the combo that I was telling you about with this deck that's really good. So Tour Guide is technically a 1-card combo, unless you count a random discard in your hand as a 2-card combo, which I don't. You need Tour Guide and just a random card to discard, which if you're like just starting the game, there's nothing that really hand loops right now for the most part, so you should have absolutely no issue having a single card to discard in your hand for this combo. But let me just show you how it works. So you're going to summon your Tour Guide, and you're going to activate the effect. I'm going to keep this down here just so it's visible. And you are going to summon a Fiendish Rhino Warrior. You can then overlay, and you're going to make a Dante. I'm actually going to put a field center up so we can keep track of that together. You're going to make a Dante. You're going to detach Rhino Warrior and mill just 1 card. Let's just assume that we mill something random like a Skarm. And then you're going to get the effect of Rhino Warrior to send Graph to grave. Graph will activate to special summon Seer from deck. Now you're going to link your Dante and your Seer for either Cerberus or Phoenix, whichever one you deem necessary against the matchup that you're playing. If I'm blind, if I'm going blind into it and I don't know what they're playing, I usually make the Cerberus first. After the Cerberus is summoned, you're going to get the effects of Seer and Dante. So Seer will be added back to hand off of Dante, and Dante will be special summoned off of Seer. Now you will link the Cerberus, and this is where you make your Mermaid. Mermaid will now trigger, and you will discard your random discard fodder, and you will then summon. Oops, I just bumped the camera. That's okay though. You will then get to summon an Orcust Nightmare to your field. After this has been done, it's very significant that you do this part next. You have to discard your Seer to special summon your Beatrice, because afterwards you will not be able to do this combo properly if you mess up. So you summon the Beatrice below the Nightmare Mermaid, and it's because after you start doing your Orcust effects, you can't special summon anything except for dark monsters, so you have to make the Beatrice now. So you're going to link the Mermaid and the Nightmare, and you're going to make Galatea. Then you're going to activate Nightmare's effect by banishing it from your graveyard to target your Galatea, or your Beatrice, whatever you want. And then you're going to dump Harp Horror from deck to graveyard and boost it. That part is irrelevant for right now. We will then activate Harp Horror's effect, banishing it, to summon a Symbol Skeleton. Now you will link the Symbol Skeleton and the Galatea, and you're going to make the Rusty Bardiche. Now, you can activate your Symbol Skeleton in grave, banishing it to summon your Galatea. And then you can use the effect of Rusty to send a Phantom Knight. Now, it's up to you what you want to do. Some people will do different combos. I'm just going to show you like the basic one. So you send your Silent Boots to set your Phantom Knight Fogblade from deck. Then you can banish Boots to add the second one to hand. Now you can activate your Galatea, and I like to shuffle Harp Horror into the deck. When you do, you have the option, and it's all up to you, whether or not you want to be activating during your opponent's turn or negating a card. Depends on the matchup you're playing against. It also depends on how you end the combo. So, if you want to activate things on your opponent's turn, you're going to go with Babel. If you know that your Fog Blades are going to be enough to stop them, like if you're playing against Salamangreat, then just stick with the Fog Blades. If you're playing against something else, then maybe you want to set the Orcust Crescendo. I'm going to show you guys the Babel one first. So you're going to set Babel from your deck to your field zone. Once you have done this, you are just about done with your turn. You have a couple more things to do, but nothing crazy. You're then going to summon your Dingirsu, which is going to activate to equip your Symbol Skeleton from your Banish Zone to it as a material. And then you can activate your Babel, set your second Fog Blade, and pass. So you have Beatrice and then 2 Fog Blades as an interruption, which is really, really strong. Gives you some crazy combos that you can do. Now, let's say you don't want to do the Babel combo. Let's say you want to end on Crescendo instead. So you set this instead of the Babel, and then you would not be playing the Dingirsu out. Instead, you would be sticking with the Galatea. There are other ways that you can do this combo to where you end on other things that make this work. I'm still working on the extra deck space for it. Chances are I'm going to end up pulling Borreload out and playing a second Galatea. That way I can do the combo. And that other combo would still be making Dingirsu, and then you would be adding another Phantom Knight to hand and ending on 1 Fog Blade, a Crescendo, a Galatea, and then other things. That's just another combo completely, but the basic combo is either you're ending on Crescendo with a Fog Blade or 2 and the Beatrice, or you're ending on the Dingirsu, Babel, and then Fog Blades. Pretty simple, honestly. Nothing super crazy or difficult, but that is the combo for the Burning Abyss Orcust deck. It gives you some pretty crazy things that you can pump out, so I hope you guys go and try this. It's a lot of fun. I might be playing this at ARG over the weekend in Springfield, Massachusetts. If I do, I will give you guys an update and a report as to how I do, so you guys can hear all about how the testing went with it in that tournament. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. And this is Team Yugi Feels signing out.